Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Carson Cloud. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to enable Azure ATP and configure it and deploy it. So let's get started. What is Azure ATP? Azure ATP is the cloud-based advanced threat analytics, and it does not require a server to be set up on-premise. And it support hybrid configurations. If you have Azure Active Directory and on-premise Active Directory that are configured hybrid, Azure ATP is the solution for that. Azure ATP uses a sensor to detect suspicious activity. Um, so, and to use Azure ATP, you need to have E5 license. So the role of Azure ATP, it's identifies advanced protect it's identify these advanced threats at the source throughout the entire cyber attack kill chain. The three attacks cyber attack kill chains are, one of them is the reconnaissance. The reconnaissance is the attack has access to your environment and are searching for information that user names, user group membership, IP addresses assigned to device, resource, and more. And it's using a variety of methods. So reconnaissance is mean the attacker is already inside your environment. And the second one is called lateral movements. That means the attacker move laterally inside your network to gain further control of sensitive users and gain access control to other endpoints or credentials. The third one is called the domain dominance. What it is attacker has gathered enough information to achieve control of your domain controller. The Azure ATP architectures. So Azure ATP sensors, it's an agent, it's a client that must be installed on your domain controller. And if you don't want to use Azure ATP sensor, you can install a standalone Azure ATP. So now let's take a look at the configurations of Azure ATP in Office 365 portal. So under Admin Center, there should be Azure ATP, this one here. So when you first launch Azure ATP, it's going to ask you to create a workspace. In this case, I already created a workspace in my tenant. So let me go into the configuration here. Directory service. So this account, it's your local it's your on-premise Active Directory account, service account. You want to create it, you want to use a service account that is configured to never, the password never expire, and also make sure it has the lead or read access to all the objects in your domain controller, and even delete access in your all the OUs as well. So once you configure that, the next thing we're going to do is download the sensor. So the sensor needs to be installed on Microsoft recommended that you install sensors on all of your domain controller. We click on that and I click on download. When you set up a sensor in your domain controller, you're going to need this key here. It's called the access key. Let me open this up here. I'm going to extract and I'm going to paste it on my network share. I'm going to paste it here and I'm going to in my lab, I have only one domain controller, so I can just manually install it. And if you have 10, 20, 30 domain controller, you might want to use, if you have configuration manager, you might want to use configuration manager to deploy the sensor. Let's click that, right click and go to run administration, run as administrator. It's going to require .NET 4.7, and if you don't have .NET 4.7, it's going to ask you to install the .NET. Let's see if I have .NET 4.7 on here. Programs and features. I guess I probably do. That's why it didn't prompt me to install the .NET. Let's see, view install update. Oh, let's see. Yeah, looks like I do have .NET 4.5 install. I think that is minimum requirement. Choose the language. Click next. Sensor. There's a standalone sensor that you can install. The reason this is grayed out because I have it. I'm currently on my domain controller. Here's the key. I'm going to need this key here. Let's go back to the portal and copy this. Back to my domain controller and paste that and click on install. All right, look like the installation has been completed. Let's go back to the portal. As you can see here, the sensor has been installed. Let me refresh the screen. Yep, it found it. So in the next video, we're going to go through the configuration of Azure Protection, Azure ATP. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching and have a good day.